Why is it always a fucking dog?
Who?
Look at the fucking witnesses. Why is it a dog always? Like, oh no.
How the fuck you gonna defend Deku Midoriya? Alright, go ahead. Oh shit, I brought in the doctor on accident. Prosecutor, begin your case.
Wait, hold on. Are we missing someone?
Oh, yeah, what's it fun? Wait, I thought
My
you had
brother's
jury.
disconnected.
Bro.
Yeah, I think she's disconnected.
Damn, look at Deku.
Deku, look at me.
He's ready for this case.
He's locked in. Stone cold face.
He was not caught. Hold on. Alright, I think she's trying to fix her mic, so I think that's what she wants.
Have you ever been fucked this good? No, kid. You have never been fucked this good. No, kid. Are you serious, nigga? No. You fine as fuck, bro. You ain't never been fucked this good.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing that the fuck out today. I made you wait for it. Rather foot.
Does brother like DD like the big boy?
This shit's so stupid. Go ahead with your fucking case, dude.
What do you mean we're down a person?
Oh my! Oh!
All right,
What?
whatever. Whatever. He was in a fight in a town, attempting to stop a villain, but he got carried away, and instead of doing the
Let me
sensible
break it
hero
down
thing,
for you, Mark. I am omning it. I am omning it so good. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You need to go, Mark. Go.
Yeah.
okay. So while they were fighting in the town, instead of doing the sensible thing like any other hero would do and take him away from the city, it chose to fight in the city with zero regard for the people around him. So upon releasing his One for All, he ended up leveling out a town and killing many residents within buildings.
But how do you know what his quirk is?
I'm not doing this.
Alright. Prosecutor, I mean attorney.
Judge, I see this just speculation as the prosecutor doesn't know or will not know or does not know which type of quirk my client uses.
Objection,
At
Your
that time, he was just trying to look for the
Objection,
missing
Your
child poster. He was trying to
Objection, Your
get
Honor.
and look where the child was when it was going, and was working with authorities to look for information about her or her whereabouts.
So you're telling me he was being a hero
Yes.
at the time? Alright.
It's public
Prosecutor?
knowledge that his quirk is one for all. Everybody knows this. There is no cause for speculation for that. This is public knowledge, and he was trying to rescue someone, yes. However, that does not absolve him of his crimes. Even though he might have tried to save one person, he ended up causing a fight that ended up killing others.
Objection, Your Honor. As is public knowledge, my defendant, my customer here, cannot use his quirks more than once or twice because he gets injured, as he cannot use the quirk efficiently. How would he level a whole city if he cannot even control the quirk and gets damaged every time or has a broken arm most of the time?
You do have a point. Prosecutor,
Your Honor, that
you
is
have any
exactly
evidence to
why
counter
he
that?
leveled the city, because he had to go even further beyond. Him going further beyond exceeded the amount of power that he could have wielded. So because of that, he ended up leveling a town when he
What he
So
would.
because of that, he ended up leveling the town, and he ended up using his powers. That is not the first time that it's happened. Even though he injures himself, even though he injures himself in the process, whenever he releases that much power, it's about.
Order. Prosecutor, is that a gun in my court?
No. You want to go bowling after this, Your Honor?
Yeah, sure. I love bowling. Anyways,
All right,
attorney,
anyway,
go ahead.
I wasn't done.
So
Go ahead.
But you see, like, even though he doesn't have the ability to control his quirk, whenever he releases that much power, he releases an exceeding amount of force, in which I feel like in that case, he might have had no choice. However, that doesn't absolve him of his crimes. He still has to take responsibility. Even though he might have been trying to protect one person, he still ended up costing the lives of thousands. And this isn't
objection,
the
Your
first time
Honor.
that it's happened. When he was on a training team,
He's using his feet.
Objection
when he was on a
Wait your
training-
turn.
when he was training, I'm sure you remember this because this was in his biography called My Hero Academia Season 1. So you might remember that he was trying to protect this little boy when he was in the woods with his other classmates. He ended up exceeding his limits to protect that boy against a villain that was clearly stronger than him. So he went even further beyond to stop him, and he saved the boy. Luckily, in that case, there were no casualties. However, this case is different. This case has casualties. So it's been proven that he can go beyond his limits, even at the cost of his arms, legs, or whatever may be broken.
Was in no condition to be able to release any power since he was trying to assist heroes after his initiation battle that you saw, and it was televised, where he got hurt by trying to save a girl from that giant robot. So he was in no condition to be able to use his 100% power at this moment.
Objection, Your Honor. The timeline does not add up. This happened 2 months after. He had already fully recovered.
Are you lying to me, attorney?
No, sir, I'm not lying.
All right, present some evidence to show that you ain't lying to me. Your client is locked in and
It's just
looking at the
It's just that the
prosecutor.
prosecutor wasted too much time and think 2 months have passed, but he was just playing Balatro on his iPhone for the whole time.
I see. Okay.
All right,
Your
go
Honor.
ahead, prosecutor.
Here's a broken television from the crime scene. A broken television that he caused.
It was objection, my honor.
Go ahead.
It was not even my client. It was just some bullet casings that were found on the on the area that hit and
That's what
struck
I'm
that
practicing.
TV.
All right.
Your Honor, those
Prosecutor?
bullet casings are from the villain that Deku was fighting.
So you're telling me the villain was shooting
using
at
a
him?
gun. Yes, he was. The villain had zero regard for everything, for all of his surroundings. So of course he's using a gun. And Deku, because he didn't have a gun, he was just using his quirk to fight back. However, the villain himself also had a quirk. So the villain had to stop using his gun. And then they both just started fighting, and that's what caused the leveling of the town.
Objection.
And not only that, the bullets did not hit this TV. You can see that in the TV, the front is completely shattered. That is not a bullet. A bullet does not shatter a TV like that.
All right, attorney, anything to add?
Yes. As he said, he started using a gun, but at the moment after he started using his quirk, what is to say that the leveling or destruction wasn't done by the villain in his desperation of trying not to be caught?
Objection, Your Honor.
He indeed was fighting a villain, meaning he was using
If
a
a
quirk.
villain is trying to hide, why would he level a city to hide? That makes no sense.
That's true. He must have an instinct to try to kill the guy.
Just think about it.
Think
I'm a
about it.
villain, and
He knows the
I'm
villain
like,
now
oh,
by
I need to
by
go
memory
hide,
now.
so I'm gonna wipe out this entire town. That makes no sense.
That's true. That's true.
Have you seen the League
Especially a
of
villain
Villains?
with only
They go
having
in,
to use a
destroy
gun.
everything, no matter where it is.
Attorney?
Defense is cooked, Your Honor.
If if that doctor was indeed unreliable, all the information and forwarding questions were not valid as to he was unreliable. How would we know that he was criminals or had any other information? You already ruled him as unworthy witness.
That is true. You do have a solid statement right there. Prosecutor, any evidence?
I
Yeah?
couldn't hear what he said because of this guy in my ear. What? Can you repeat what you said?
Okay. Can I have my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What I said is that the witness is unreliable, so any information that he said or gave is unruly and not enough for evidence.
Prosecutor?
Well, even though the doctor himself may have been unreliable, it has been
but that-
proven that he does have a quirk.
Yes,
It
that's
has been
public
proven that he has a
information.
quirk. Yes. So,
You have any evidence to
Obviously.
back you up?
as a matter of fact, listen to this. Because Deku was the one seen by witnesses on the scene, and he was the only hero available at the time, he was the only one that was capable of leveling the town. No
Objection,
one
Your
else
Honor.
that was available at the time has a
From
quirk
my
that can
notes,
level a town like
You
he
already
can.
told that he was working with other heroes to find that missing person.
Mm-hmm.
Objection, Your Honor. He was trying to find a little girl by himself.
It was stated that he was working with other heroes.
Your Honor, it was stated that he was by himself looking for a little girl in the town who was missing.
We can roll back this recording and get it by his
So who's the real villain here?
That isn't the point of this case, Your Honor. The point of the case isn't who's the villain or not. The point of the case is to hold Deku accountable for what he did.
You are a worthless bitch-ass machine. Your life lit is invaluable. I'm just gonna stomp you and you're gonna keep coming back and steal up all my crap. And keep coming back.
Your Honor,
Why?
this case is
Yes.
going nowhere.
Smelling the blood. You worthless bitch-ass machine. You gotta stay on my dick over
At
the
the end of the day, my client saved a life, didn't destroy anything, and it was all
Your personal life to be
My
like-
client could have never gone full 100% since he was injured.
Kill yourself.
And he was working with other heroes to save that girl. He was not the only person in that scene.
There was proof. Today is proof that you can be a hero and a villain in one day. Guilty.
Yeah.
Right out of the
Best lawyer.
courthouse before you okay. Same thing.